Hello and welcome back to On Storytellers Night. I'm Nathan, joined as always by my co-host Josh.
Hello, everyone.
How have you been this past week, other than obviously Resident Evil?
Well, so Friday to now Monday, played and finished Resident Evil 9. Won't linger on that too much because we spoke about that off camera, and that would take a majority of our conversation up again. I've been cracking on with some of my work and my uni work, and it's going pretty well. And that's about it, mate, really. The past 7 days haven't really been that much exciting.
Well, the trouble is, we did the last podcast late as well,
Wednesday,
didn't we, in the
yeah.
week? So it's kind of haven't given us much time other than Resident Evil, because we spoke lots about Resident Evil, and then it came out. Obviously, I didn't play it until yesterday, so I haven't gone quite as far because I was busy Saturday going shopping, going to Costco. So my parents just came back from their cruise, so my mum had to go to Costco, so did that. So by the time I got back home, it wasn't like 5-6 o'clock in the evening, so I then just didn't have much chance to do anything, and then other stuff to do. So it's like, oh well, didn't start it too late. So not got very far, but it's been enjoyable. Some bits have been annoying, just because that's what sometimes Resident Evil's like, and you make one little mistake and it haunts you then because you've used up too much ammo and you're screwed and you can't do anything and you're running around, can't do anything until you suddenly realize, oh yeah, you can, because you forgot about something you could break and you always could and you didn't realize it.
Well, luckily I conserved a lot of ammo. I didn't run out of ammo. I didn't get down to the final magazine at all. I was actually pretty happy with how
I did, because I didn't realize that the vase you could break. So that's where I ran out. And I ran out of knives because I was trying to use knives more. Then I ran out of knives, and then I ran out of ammo, and it's like, oh, for God's sake, what am I supposed to do now? There's that one doctor with that massive knife. You kill him, and then he just magically comes back.
Spoiler alert.
He was annoying. He doesn't have a head anymore in my playthrough where I am, so that's pretty good.
Oh, for me, he doesn't exist. He blew up.
Yeah. Well, I did hit him and the doctor and nurse behind him with a requiem and got them all in one shot, so that was kind of nice. But yeah, Chunks was a fun one, and the chef as well. But I'm just getting rid of all the big ones. Like, right, he's dead. I'm doing that. So I just wish when it first tells you use a requiem as Leon, I did waste a little bit of ammo because I was having fun with it. I was like,
don't worry,
I could have saved that, and I didn't.
I minimized myself to 3 shots on the requiem and learn the melee combat, learn how to parry, because in the first section of the Residence as Leon, I died twice on purpose. So I could learn how to parry. I learned how to do this. I learned how to do that. And,
well, I don't know if it was on purpose for that chainsaw to the chest.
Oh no!
I don't know if that was on purpose.
No, I sat down. It's like, I'm going to learn to parry. If I die, I die. It's on purpose. I don't.
That chainsaw was a pain in the ass at first. It was just annoying because you try and parry it, it blunts your blade. You try and knock him. I had the trouble when I was using Leon. When I was using the axe, I'd accidentally crouch all the time, trying to move. I don't know. I just kept crouching, and then you just don't hit them enough. And that was, I found, really, really frustrating. I just kept crouching, like crouching. It's like, it's really, really annoying. And getting used to how to use the melee weapon with Grace, because one time I did accidentally use my injector instead of a melee weapon. It's like,
I did that so much. I did that so much on full health already. It's like, oh no, an injector, an important health item gone.
No, not that injector. The one on the bad guys.
I
the hypo.
Used like trying to block. I accidentally used an health item. It's like shit.
Yeah, the health. I've done that once, but yeah, I've done the blue one as well. Injected like a normal zombie with it. It's like, oh my God, what a waste! Like seriously, why did I have to do that? Anyway, let's start. So this one is, we've touched on some of this, but I want to kind of do more of a deep dive into this topic. It's something that we're kind of around in a loose term because we're part of that community, but it's the really bad one. So, have toxic influences ruined things for the rest of us?
Elaborate.
Obviously, the answer is yes. So, there's lots of different types of toxic influences. So, we'll start with one in the gym. So, you get the people that are gym influencers that think they own the gym, and they'll set up a tripod and a camera or a phone, and they'll work out, and they get pissed off with anyone that walks in front of them or gets in the shot, when people are just there to work out and they think that they own it and they're special because they're an influencer and they've got, 200 followers or whatever. It's those kind of people. But we'll go through all the different types of instances where they kind of make it difficult for the rest of us, because obviously we do YouTube and podcasts and so on, and that could have an effect on us when we want to do things because of the perception from other people.
Yeah.
So what do you think about that kind of thing? Have you experienced any of that, like the gym people or that kind of thing?
Well, I haven't actually ever experienced anything like that before, and I
Mm.
hope to God I don't.
Yeah.
Because I'm the type of person that won't keep their mouth shut.
No, exactly. It's just,
but there's a lot of toxic influencers out there. We talk about one quite a lot. It's one of the Bulls, not necessarily the WWE.
to a certain degree, it's both of them, because he
But-
can be just as bad with some things.
Yeah, but when we're talking about who takes the mickey, it's primarily Jake.
Yeah, he used to, but he's moved on to other things. It's like,
Mm.
well, one of the biggest ones that really peeves me off about those two in particular are the pranks and stuff like that. Because they're not pranks, they're just being arseholes to people. And there's so much of that on the internet. And I hate that. I just absolutely loathe it.
See, another one of those toxic influencers that I really just do not like is Ashton Hall.
I don't know who that is.
Good, good, but he it all of it practically started off for him when he challenged IShowSpeed to a race, and he tripped towards the finish line, and he was spitting his dummy up, becoming a big ass crybaby. Speed's like, do you know what? You're a big baby. I already beat you once. I'll do it again. Ashton Hall doesn't even trip and lost by a country mile. And ever since, he's just been stuck up.
Yeah, it's just they all seem to think because they're on the internet, because they've got a couple of people watching them, that the world owes them something and they're special in some way. But there's so much of it. It's not just the toxic ones as well, but it's all the fake ones. It's like you get, especially on Facebook, I've noticed, you get these families that all play pranks on each other, and just all the cooking ones. And you can see it's all ridiculously fake. And why do people watch this shit? I know you got the whole family and they do something to the granddad or the dad, and it's like the angry granddad or whatever it was. I hated that. Rest in peace and all that, but I absolutely hated that because it was so ridiculous. And there's so much of that you see, and people are getting famous, but making shit up that you can tell isn't real. So why do people give it the attention? It doesn't deserve it. Why?
No.
Anyone can do it. Or the fake things on TikTok and everything else. Frankly, I don't have TikTok, so I don't watch it. Oh my God, I hate that stuff. Where they go, did you know if you do this, you get this? Open up the Nutella and they've got a knife hidden in the lid. Of course they fucking haven't. It's obvious they haven't. Or
Yeah, no, that stuff annoys me.
And the ones that they go, oh, there's a Funko Pop. If you cut its head open, it's got a brain inside. No, they don't.
No,
You just ruined your Funko. And it's these people that make other people ruin stuff they've got. They go, oh, look, you bet you didn't know this is. It's not true. You can't just put a piece of toast in the microwave and it becomes a full loaf of bread. You can't do this shit, and people believe it. And it just, oh my God, it winds me up that people believe half of this stuff as well. It's like, why can't people just see it's obvious?
But on the other side of the spectrum there, we've got people like Markiplier. Okay, I saw a YouTube short come up recently. It was today, actually. And he was on the Impulsive podcast. And he was just going he doesn't want the money. All this money, because he's one of the highest grossing YouTubers, money-wise. Yeah. And he doesn't want it. It
doesn't bother him.
It doesn't bother him. He gives to charity. Look what he's done with Iron Lung. It's independent. He just doesn't want the money, and he's using it for his advantage in a good way and helping other people gain advantage in a good way. But then we look at the toxic side of that space, and it's just like Coco Melon. I think they use their money in a bad way. No one knows because they're a hidden company.
Look at those YouTube channels of the kids that are opening up toys and stuff. some of those kids are abused and they're awful. You know, people like Markiplier and Jacksepticeye and a bunch of others have said about how toxic these families are that are doing this. It's the same as you look like the Jackson 5.
Mm.
You know, how they were forced into music and Michael Jackson had like an awful upbringing. And there's all of that kind of stuff, but it's the same sort of thing. But it's, you know, the YouTube side, all those families that, you know, force their kids to do beauty pageants and all of that. It's the same type of toxic people that forcing their kids to do this so they can make money. But I
Oh yeah,
hate it.
agreed.
And they get so famous and they get so much money for being toxic and awful people. I hate it. Hate it. Can we have like normal, down to earth, real people like Markiplier who does it all because he loves it and he tries to help people? Like, look, when he decides he's going to give money, like he does for Jacksepticeye's, you know, when he's doing all his live streams, he gives like thousands and thousands of dollars to those charities, and he always does.
Yeah, every single Xmas live stream, Markiplier has sent over. I think the lowest he sent was about $2,000, 200,000.
I think one of the first ones was $99,999.99, just because it was funny, wasn't it, to do the 99 all over. And it's like, that is still a crazy amount of money. You know, it's insane for normal people like us to go, I couldn't even imagine ever having that much money in my entire life. And he gives it away to charity. You just think, Jesus.
No, I wasn't part of
that. I saw that interview of him on Impulsive. I hate that, but I've seen some of the clips. And he's talking about when they were doing merchandise and they sold out of all of the certain size hoodies in all of North America, because they bought them all and they everywhere just sold out. They couldn't get any more stock. And it's just think, Jesus Christ, the amount of money that guy's got. It's like, it's insane, but he deserves it. He has worked so hard to get where he is.
He deserves it, but he doesn't want it.
No, it doesn't bother him. It enables him to do what he loves doing, but he still doesn't like spending money. You know, he doesn't just spend money on crap. Well, sometimes, you know, if there's a computer part he really needs, and he has occasionally spent more than he probably should, but he feels guilty about it. He doesn't just waste money and, you know, buy ridiculous things. He's one of the most down to earth kind of people out there, you know, for celebrities that you can find. He's like Keanu Reeves. No, he's down to earth. The money and stuff isn't important to him. It's, you know, doing what he loves doing. And that's why we need a lot more. There's so many. Oh, it's like people that go to restaurants. Like, well, I'm an influencer, so I should get it free because I'm going to advertise your restaurant. It's like, oh, get a life. Jesus Christ. Just because you got 14 people that watch you on Instagram doesn't mean you need to get freebies off everyone.
Nope.
Your opinion makes no difference at all. It's just, it's my biggest issue with like YouTube and Instagram and TikTok and everything else, is all the fake people that are doing it just to make money and just to make a quick couple of quid and then disappear again. There's too many of them. There's people like us that do it because we enjoy it and we're learning from it and we're doing it for a reason. And we're not going to ever be making money on it, probably. We might, who knows? But it's not about that. We do it because we love doing it.
And we enjoy it, like the whole Resident Evil stuff that I want to do, thanks to Resident Evil 9, that had to be put on pause. But now that I've completed Resident Evil 9, when I do go back to Resident Evil 2, I'm just going to keep going in timeline order. I'm going to go as much as I can. It's because I want to. I like to do it. I want to express my joy for like franchise that
exactly. It's something you enjoy and you want to share that enjoyment with other people. That's what the difference is with like all the toxic people. They just want to have a go at other people and belittle other people. You want to lift up and go, have a look. I really like this. Come on, have a look at this. You know, this is interesting. That's why I started the React channel, because there's music that I generally don't like much or haven't liked or I've got preconceived ideas about, so I don't listen to. So the whole point of that was for other people go, have a listen. This is something I love. Have a listen to this. You might enjoy this. And that for me is why I'm doing that, is to discover things myself, but other people could also discover it through me and go, well, I like rock music and I don't like country. What does he think of it? And it's that side of it that I kind of enjoy, and I think it's worthwhile. The same with gaming. It's like, we do that. Not everyone can afford the latest games all the time. We can't, you know, we don't buy the latest games all the time. Only when it's a special one. Like Resident Evil, do we actually end up buying the games when they come out. But not everybody can buy them all the time. So it's, you know, as we've always done ourselves as well, we'll watch somebody else play it because we can't do it yet. And it's nice to be able to share that, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like most critical he's a big Resident Evil guy. He's a big Dark Souls. He's big on Alien as well and Batman. But I used to watch some of his earlier stuff on earlier Resident Evil games, like 5, 6, both Chronicles. And it's like, I haven't got the money. I'm not of the age to actually play them, but I'm still watching someone play it. But then when I got older and COVID came along, my first actual purchase was Resident Evil 2 Remake and then Resident Evil 3. And since Resident Evil 2 and 3 Remake, I haven't missed out on buying a Resident Evil, and I've played the day they came out.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, there's games that I want to watch people play. I've been thinking of giving a marathon a chance and watch like Lucky or Aztec Ross or someone play it just for like an hour. Like, okay.
I have watched a little bit of it, and some of the feedback that people have been given on it has been interesting. A lot of people have been concerned. It's obviously mainly PvP, but there's been a lot of complaints there's not been enough PvP because the NPC characters are so tough. People aren't even getting to PvP because they're getting wiped out by the normal NPCs, which is crazy.
That's an interesting spin that we never thought would have happened.
Yeah, so they are talking about maybe rather than decreasing the difficulty of the NPCs, is increasing the number of teams, so there's more chance of getting 1v1s and that sort of thing. But yeah, I don't know. I'm still not convinced by it. It looks a lot nicer than it did before. It seems to run better. The graphics are nice. I'm just not sure about the whole concept of having to collect things that you then lose and have to start all over again. I don't like that.
Marathon's going to be one of those games where you have a split YouTube and streaming presence. You have people actually there to do tutorials, have fun, play the game for lols and giggles. Then you've got the people that are going to take it too seriously, like we've spoken in the past. People are going to, it's a toxic space. It will become a toxic space. I'm half expecting a website to be made for bounties. If you kill this guy and you give me their loot, I will wire you physical cash.
Yeah, I think that's what will happen. There'll be on Reddit or Discord, there'll be these are the people that have the best items, and there'll be people that just mod that constantly. Go, right, this has changed, this person's got it, that person's got it, and I think it will easily become that once the game is kind of fully up and running and people understand what is good, what is really rare and special. And I think that's going to be the problem with it, because they do have like proximity chat. Nobody's using it. Other games they do, and they'll chat to people. That's not happening. From what Aztec Cross was saying, there was one type of character people were choosing that is quite good at looting. Everybody kills that one on sight. Just that one particular character, everybody kills on sight because they've always got the best loot because they are the looters. And it's like, that's awful. If you happen to like that one kind of character, and everybody goes after you, they won't talk to you, none of that stuff. They just wipe you out instantly. Everybody just goes for them, and you just think that's going to get worse.
It will. Like I mentioned, I reckon there will be a website made, and people will set bounty posters. And if you kill this guy, and you get to keep the loot, but no, I get to keep the loot, but I will give you physical wire for it, a proper cash flow. Because there's been games like that. The websites eventually get shut down because of that, but so do game companies. They get bollocking from the public and the press because you're allowing external websites to be made for physical bounties in game.
Well, this is the trouble. For something like Destiny, you can't give other people your equipment. No. So if you've got a god tier weapon, you can just show it off. That's it. But Marathon, all you have to do is say, I'm selling this weapon, highest bidder. You go into a lobby with them, you let them kill you, and they can pick it up. So you can essentially buy and sell equipment, really.
No, I still don't like the idea of Marathon. But when we talk about the toxic influencers and toxic space and that side of things, it wouldn't be surprising if Marathon turns to it in the first month. That it would be like first month, everyone's chilling out, everyone's getting their bearings, and then immediately big update like Helldivers. They do a big monthly update. All of a sudden, there's new things, there's new stuff to do, there's new pieces of equipment, there's new weapons, new rarity, and everyone's just going at each other's throat, and it will stay like that.
Yeah, and that's the trouble. And this is where we've got the flip side, because we've got the toxic influencers, and there's plenty of them, Destiny and all that sort of thing, who just like flame other people and want to shame people and all that sort of thing. We get those kind of elitist people, which I also hate. But you also get the toxic fans as well. And that's kind of the other side that goes hand in hand with the toxic influencers, are the toxic fans that encourage them and love it. And they're just as bad, if not worse, because they encourage it. And I think that's where we're going to get with stuff like Marathon, is the toxic fan base. And we know there's a lot of that in Destiny. A hell of a lot of that in Destiny.
It's not just Destiny, GTA.
Everything. Oh, GTA is just...
Red Dead, Resident Evil.
Red Dead was dreadful. Remember the number of times we had
spawn in, sniped. It's like,
I didn't
even take a step. Okay.
Sea of Thieves was the same until they allowed you to have like private servers. Because me, Gaz, and John would be like out on our boat, just going to do something, and a bigger boat would show up and just murder us, and we couldn't do anything about it. Said all the best equipment, we'd only just left port, and they just murder us, and it's just like, well, this ruined the game. We couldn't play it anymore. They've just the same as GTA used to be. When you used to play GTA 5, you'd have all these businesses. Right, I'm going to sell stuff. Somebody kills you, and you've lost all the product, and you've got no money. And they luckily changed that so you can sell on a private server. Back in the day, you couldn't even do that. You had to sell in a public lobby, and it was so difficult. Unless you're already rich and had all the armor and all the best weapons and flying bikes and stuff, you'd be screwed, because all it takes was one oppressor. That was it. They destroy your car, destroy your van, or whatever else, and it's just, that's not what we need. And that is, I think, the biggest worry with games like Marathon. There's other games that do it well. Arc Raid is a similar sort of thing. Tarkov is, but they don't have the same level of toxicity as Bungie fans.
See, it's not just Bungie fans. I think the worst fan base is
football.
When we're talking in the YouTubing space, you're not wrong there. But when we're talking about the YouTubing space, I generally think the most toxic fan base is the vlog space. My favorite vlogger is, I don't know. I don't have a favorite vlogger. If I had to,
Casey Neistat.
Yeah, if I had to choose, it would be Casey Neistat or early days PewDiePie, when he didn't know what to do other than gaming.
But I do like, I think PewDiePie has grown into a great vlogger now. I love his vlogs now. I think he's in such a good space. He's happy. He's with his family. He does the YouTube thing because he still enjoys doing it. And he wants to share his experiences in Japan and with his family. And it's brilliant. He's not doing it for the money. He's not trying to push something. He's not trying to be sort of over the top or anything like that. He's just being himself. And I think he's grown up so much, back from the days when he'd swear and use the N-word and everything else just to get some, sort of exposure and people talking about him. He just needs to be himself like he is now. And I think he's doing so much better. I much more enjoy him now than I did in his gaming days. I think it's much better these days.
I agree there. I don't watch PewDiePie much. Never watched him much. He just wasn't my cup of tea.
Yeah.
But I could agree there. I know his attitude towards YouTube's changed, and because of that change in attitude, he's been a better YouTuber for it.
Oh yeah, he's not chasing the views and chasing subscribers.
Yeah,
like
he's just chasing nothing.
He's just enjoying it. Him and his wife, Marcia, she does a lot of the editing. She does a lot of the filming as well. And they've just they're in a good place and they're just enjoying doing it. And it's like, you look at somebody like Jacksepticeye, I really used to enjoy watching. I don't enjoy watching him anymore.
No, I don't.
He tries too hard to be funny. And it's just not working. I think he's got some great values. He's done some great stuff for mental health and everything else. But I don't know. I don't want to say he's sold out, but that's how it feels sometimes.
Yeah.
With some of his videos, doesn't feel genuine enough anymore. Some of them are okay, and some of the gaming ones are fine. But yeah, sometimes it's just like he's trying too hard to be popular and be something. Whereas when he didn't really try and he was just himself, it was a lot more enjoyable.
Yeah, of course.
And that is the danger in it, is you kind of lose yourself trying to be something for the camera, which, you know, never works, does it? You have to be yourself. You have to kind of be what you are. But it's strange looking at like YouTube and all the people that have disappeared and all the people that have reappeared and the people that have come out of nowhere, and it just changes so consistently.
A prime example of toxic fan base is Gemma Marbles. She left because of the toxicity. She constantly got bullied. She from the beginning, and she just couldn't take it no more.
Yeah.
No one's seen her. No content creator that was in her circle have seen her since she left. She's I know she's still out there breathing. God, I hope. But it's like that's prime example. She left because of the toxicity on the platform, and she hasn't even given any other content creator a whiff that she wants to come back, or she's still wanting to be on camera. She's cut all ties, and that's what she should have. She had no choice. She should have done that, and she has, and it's the best thing for her. Because of the toxicity. If there was no, that's the problem. Without toxicity, the world doesn't spin. Without money, the world doesn't spin. Without love,
it can be just toxic for the sake of it. I've had so many comments in the past telling me to go kill myself because my videos are awful, or because of my opinion on some product that I'm reviewing. I just think, get a life. You know, you sat through and watched the video and spent the time to comment just to have a go at me. It's like, why not just turn the video off and do something else?
I've only encountered one toxic comment on all of my videos, and it was I think it was my last Resident Evil video, Resident Evil 1, and a guy's like, oh, come on, mate, you don't need to do all the Resident Evil games, just sit through them in your own time. We don't need to see all of that. You're not going to be a good YouTuber for it. It's like, okay, I'm doing it anyway, so stuff you. I'm going to do it anyways.
Exactly. It's been, they've had some really weird ones like that as well, because obviously I get there's a lot more comments I get on the reaction ones than I ever have on gaming ones. Gaming ones, I've noticed comments are very few and far between, aren't they? You don't tend to get a lot of comments, but I'm getting literally hundreds of comments all the time on the reaction, and most of them are absolutely positive and wonderful. It's such a nice community. It's great. But you do get the odd one that tells me I'm, you know, ruining the song and I'm wrong. It's like, kind of just listen to the song. It's like, you can't just listen to it. You have to pause it and react to it. You can't just play a whole song and then go after, this is what I thought of it. That's not reacting to it.
No,
that's just.
See, I was just about to speak about that type of situation, because I watch some reactors. Don't get me wrong. I watch some guys react to Linkin Park and Queen for the first time.
Exactly,
I watch guys that watch Lord of the Rings for the first time or listen to the score, and they're pausing constantly and talking about that's called reaction. But then when I go to the comments, it's like, oh, you stop pausing, just play the damn video. It's like, go and watch it yourself then.
But you also can't, because of copyright. I get so much trouble just with copyright in general. I have to appeal to almost every video that I do that I'm reacting to it. I'm not taking your content. I'm pausing. I'm making changes. I'm doing something with the video. I'm not just playing it. You can't just play a video, because then you're just playing the video. People aren't going to wait till the end to hear what you thought about it. You've got to kind of react in real time, and it's a weird thing. Like I said, majority, 99% of people have just been positive and, you know, really helpful and said, oh, try this, try that, and it's been a really nice experience on the whole. It's just one or two toxic people, but then you get a toxic person like that and somebody else tells them off, and it's like, oh, I love this community, this is nice, you know, it's people defending me and they don't even know me. It's like, I quite like that. But you don't get that in other places. Like, gaming can be really toxic. You know, if you play a game that other people love and you mess up or something else really badly, they will just have a go at you big time. But we know that. Look at like KSI. He's got a really toxic community, really, isn't he? They're always just having a go at him. But that's kind of got him where he is, isn't it? It's the hate, but it's not malicious most of the time. It's kind of more jesty, kind of in a way that he understands they're doing it just to get the reactions and just to get mentioned, isn't it? A lot of it. So it's kind of slightly different way. But it's interesting how much kind of stuff like that there is. It's like when you look at like reviews of restaurants and so on, how often do you see a good review compared with a bad review?
Good reviews I see more than bad.
Yeah.
I've come across, like, going through Google Maps to find a nice restaurant to go to, or like to suggest one. Reviews is always, and anything above a 4.5 star for me is all right. That's decent. Let's go there. And those, because it's got 4.5 to 5 stars, that the reviews that make it plummet down in rating are just absolute nonsense.
Yeah, because some people like to complain for the sake of complaining to get something free. It's like if you're in a restaurant, most people will complain for the sake of complaining, but then they also won't turn around and go, "That was really good. Well done to the server." Well, you know what I mean? There's this sort of mentality people have that there's something wrong, you have to complain. But yes, if something's wrong, complain, and you should do. I don't like this whole British thing of, oh, you can't complain, just don't come back. No, you complain and tell them what the issue is so they can fix it, so they save their business. If everyone doesn't tell them what's wrong and don't go there again, well, the business shuts down.
See,
so help
now
them.
That's called being toxic, but there's leeway. Now, if we talk about toxic just for the case of being toxic, we can use the recent hit show of A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. They had 2 episodes that were a 9.9 and a 10. The Breaking Bad fans slammed the episode, and the comments were justified, apparently.
Right.
But they're clearly not. It's like, oh, I'm here because I'm a Breaking Bad fan and I don't want Breaking Bad to be messed with. Like, that's your comment on the rating on IMDb? Is that really a reason?
Yeah, exactly.
The Night of the Seven Kingdoms and Game of Thrones lot retaliated, and now that 9.9 and 10 episode on Game of Thrones is now rated lower than the Night of the Seven Kingdoms.
Yeah.
That's called being toxic just for being toxic. You're going over to a different rating scheme just to tell them, I'm doing it because this thing's better. I don't like you trying to threaten my thing over here. They put themselves in the crosshairs. They get themselves shot.
Yeah. You've just actually reminded me of something quite funny that happened very recently. Once again, Marathon.
Oh,
so no, this is crazy. And like, you can look it up. I think it was Astrocross spoke about it. There might have been some other people that did. A trailer was released and it was slammed with negative comments about the art style and just spammed with negativity. The video was then changed, put back up, and it was overwhelmingly positive. And most of the comments were, love the art style, can't wait for this game. And all similar kind of comments. Thousands of them suddenly within like minutes of the video going up. So it went from overwhelmingly negative of people
overwhelmingly
about
positive.
Yes, and most people think Bungie are using bots. And you just think, I know I hate to say it, but yeah, I can actually believe
it sticks out like a sore thumb now.
Yeah. But some influencers actually did. I said a couple of YouTubers have done videos on it showing what the previous comments looked like compared with the new comments and all the new comments. But they're all kind of generic. And it's, oh, I love the art style. I can't wait for this game. Why are people saying it's bad? I can't wait for this. But there's nothing specific about the game. It's all generic. This is wonderful. Oh, I like this style. I like the music. And it's all just complete. And it's a nonsense because it doesn't mention what they like. Just, oh, yeah, this looks great. I can't wait for this. I'm looking forward to this. This is going to be the best game. And you think, oh, come on, seriously? You're going to like use bots just to make it better? Because they took it down and uploaded it again. And it all had, you can't suddenly do that. It's just.
No, the whole bots thing is sticking out like a sore thumb.
It's just, yeah, it does my head in. Like, just be honest about it, you know? They can't even do the artwork without stealing off people. Like, I just don't understand any of it at all. So what is your pet hate about influencers, YouTubers, or whatever? What's the thing you hate most about toxic people on the internet? You know, what's the thing that when you see it, you're just like, oh, for sake.
The consistency.
Mm.
They do it all the time, and they know it. They know they're rattling the cage, and they just do it for fun.
Yeah.
The consistency of them constantly doing it. It's like, mate or gal or whoever, just stop.
It's a lot of that is the people that go out in the street to piss people off and do, this is a prank. Oh, don't get upset. This is a prank. No, it's not a prank. You just smash somebody's window or whatever else stupid prank you've done. And they mess with people's jobs. You know, they go in the supermarket, let's smash all the bottles of milk because it's a prank. That's somebody's business you're messing with there. And they swing the bottles of milk and like throw them on the floor and all that nonsense. And then you think, why?
I used to think of the like hiding in IKEA and B&Q, making forts in supermarkets, Walmart. You get the picture. I used to love those when they were a thing before COVID. They were entertaining as crap.
Yeah.
Then I looked into them as I was starting to get older. It's like these YouTubers have quite literally bent the company's arm in doing it. It's scripted, but then again, you go further, then you find out that these YouTubers are threatening the supermarkets. Like, you've already said yes, you're now backing down. I have got the platform to tear this building down.
Yeah.
That's not cool. That's not cool.
Using your influence to scam other people or make other people do what you want them to do is just, it's Mr. Beast. I just don't like what happens. Okay, it looks right. Oh, look, I've given 50,000 to this homeless guy or whatever else, but we don't see all the stuff that goes on around. You know, he's had some really awful people working with him, working for him.
Yeah.
And have left, and there's been so many things about them. And a lot of people have said about a lot of the toxic stuff that's been happening behind the scenes, but none of it's going anywhere.
No.
We notice that they talk about it. It's like, this is going to be the end of Mr. Beast, or this has come out. He can just throw money at it. He says he doesn't take a wage and all of this. He's got to take some money somewhere. You know, look at him. You know, he's living well. He's, you know, obviously had a personal trainer and everything else and got himself in good shape and all of that. But, you know, fair play. But I don't know. There's just something about his videos that doesn't sit right with me. There's just something about them.
I can see that.
And it's so fake as well, a lot of it. You know?
Yeah, because I remember the last chat we had about this a while ago, but I watched Mr. Beast before the whole PewDiePie versus T series in 2018, 2019. I watched him before that, and I loved his videos. Saying Logan Paul 100,000 times, saying Elon Musk for 24 hours,
and counting and all that. Yeah, he put in some work. Yeah,
it's like, come on, mate, go for it. This is what I'm here for. This is why I scroll on YouTube at 1 a.m. Just make me entertained with random crap. And now it's, I think what happened to Mr. Beast is what happened to Jacksepticeye. He's gone too commercial. He's making his employers happy. That's what Mr. Beast is doing. He's making Amazon happy. He's making Prime Video happy. He's making other companies that support him happy, just so he gets that money to make those videos and be constantly being a green tick guy, like tick this box, tick this box, tick this box, turns from positivity to negativity, and that negativity turns to toxicity. And that's where he could be going right now, because all of these ex-employees, like you mentioned, that Mr. Beast have always ended up having a background check on them as they are coming out to speak against him. Some people leave off their own back, like Jake the Viking. He said he just left, wanted to pursue his own YouTube, and he's doing quite well because of it. And Mr. Beast still helps. He makes sure his fans know that Jimmy, Chandler, Carl, they all still help when they can. But when it comes to that type of format, when you call out Mr. Beast, everyone does a background check. And once that background check's been done, YouTubers are making, what happened to this person that used to work with Mr. Beast? And then you hear all the story in the final 5 minutes is clowning on the guy that's called out Mr. Beast. It's like, what's the point in this video then? And furthermore, you jump forward to now. I think Mr. Beast is. I'm not saying now, but I'm thinking that he will become more toxic. He's more negative than he is positive.
Yeah.
But because he started innocent, then he went positive, and now he's gone negative, and I think he'll go to toxic next.
Yeah, because fair play, the stuff with the planting the trees and all that was a global effort, and that was really good. But it's the whole was like, all right, we're going to do Squid Games, where you're getting people to fight each other basically to get a prize, and they are that some of the people they had in that were so toxic. Like really awful people, and they knew that, and they had them there specifically for that reason. And a lot of that is also kind of pre-scripted, and it's not quite as real as it looks like it should be, and it's all decided beforehand, and it's just not a good thing. But it's something that I do sort of worry about and think about, that is a lot of these YouTube channels that have got big and then got companies and have gone massive and loads of employees. They don't necessarily know how to run a company properly, so the company can become toxic. Mr. Beast is one example we've mentioned. There's another one that has had a lot of toxicity, and a lot of ex-employees have complained about it. I think they're trying to turn it around at the moment, but it's a long road. Is Linus Tech Tips. They've had a lot of ex-employees complain about the toxicity of working there, and they have tried to be transparent and saying all the things they're doing, but there was one guy that left. I didn't even know he'd left because I always watched him in the videos, and I didn't realize he'd left. And after he left, there were videos that included him in it without his consent. And they were talking about things that they've done for, like, with former employees, and they didn't ask his consent, nothing. They had him in videos and didn't ask him, nothing. And there's a lot of that where people just think, oh, we're the big one, we can kind of do what we want. And it is really worrying how many companies do that. But then you get the flip side. You get people like Rhett and Link, Good Mythical Morning. Don't know if you've watched them much. I used to watch them a lot. I don't watch them as much now because, once again, they've got too big, and it's kind of
commercial.
It's not the same.
They've gone commercial.
They've got too many things. Like my favorites used to be Will It, and they'd have something, and they'd have all different foods, and it ended up being disgusting and just awful food. And then they've got professional chefs in that are good at doing odd stuff. So Will It then turns into, how can I make this nice? No, we don't want you to eat nice stuff. We want you to eat crap. We want to see Link heave in. That's the kind of what we watch the videos for. They've built that. They've fallen away in my eyes, and I don't. I still watch the odd videos, still quite fun, like the ones where they do food around the world and they have to throw darts to the board and try and decide where the food's from. Those are still quite interesting because it's that format that works between those two. But what they did for Smosh, I think, was absolutely amazing. I don't know if you are aware of that. What happened with Smosh? So you know who Smosh are,
yes.
Assuming. So obviously, one of the OGs of YouTube, and I still love Smosh the movie. It's one of my favorite movies. It's so stupid. Have you ever seen that, Smosh the movie?
I haven't, no.
It's ridiculous. Basically, it's them being, the characters that they always play, and one of them puts a video of the other one on the internet that's really embarrassing, and they want to take it off YouTube. So they go on a journey to try and take this video off YouTube, and it is absolutely ridiculous. So they go to the YouTube HQ and speak to Mr. YouTube that puts them in YouTube so they can then take the video down. And Jenna Marbles is in it. It's like all the big creators at the time were in it, and it is a ridiculous, like a sketch, but elongated to a full-size movie. And it was ridiculous and fun. But they sold the business to one of these big management companies, and it seemed like a good idea at the time. A lot of them did it, and that company ran it to the ground and destroyed it. And Smosh was just like, all the employees, everything was just, that was it. That was the end of Smosh. Nothing left. Anthony Padilla had already left at that point and doing his own thing. So it was kind of, there was nothing, and all the people were going to lose their jobs. Rhett and Link came in and bought Smosh. They actually just bought the whole YouTube channel from this company, went, you go, do what you want to with it. And then sold it back to the two creators at a decent price. They didn't make money on it. They just sold it back to them so they could have their own business back. That is amazing. But they saved Smosh and they ran it for years until it was at a point where they could just buy it back and have it themselves again. So the two creators, Antipatia, went back to Smosh when they had the opportunity to buy it back. So it's like Smosh is still around, kind of like the original format. So it's really interesting seeing a big, YouTubers like that helping out one of the OGs and going, this was shit what happened. We've got you covered. All your employees are fine. You can still make videos, and it was a really, really nice thing for them to do. And I like seeing. It's nice when you get YouTubers that help each other like that and do something for somebody else rather than just, I'm rich and powerful, I'm doing all this. But, they had loads of employees. It was a big business. They came out and went, right, we're doing that for you. And it's really nice to see. As much as I don't watch them anymore, I'll always think that is one of the best things that could have happened on the internet, that they went out of their way to help people that, really need it. And it's that sort of thing we need more. We need more Markipliers. We need more people like that. And there's not, is there? There's so many more and more worse people out there that are just doing it because they think it's a way to make money.
See, it's a situation for you and I, because we've joined, I joined YouTube, but I'd say one of the worst YouTube spans of YouTube's period. And you've been on YouTube for a while, but haven't started properly uploading until like 2 years ago. And you've been consistent since. But our channels are going to grow in a space where it's going to be hard to get out. It's going to be too toxic. It's going to be commercialized to crap. I'm already seeing 5-minute advertisement videos pop up on YouTube, and you can skip 2.5 minutes in. It's like, I may as well get a goddamn the plate of food ready to watch the goddamn adverts. I'm not watching the video. For example, WWE, right? They released Undertaker's streak on YouTube. Every 5 minutes, there was a 5-minute ad. It was unwatchable. The comments were like, we can't watch this. You said it's a YouTube video, and we get to watch in our own pleasure. And the description. YouTube actually swept it underneath.
That's something that YouTube did not long ago, because you've always been able to have, obviously, when you get monetized, you'll get advert at the beginning, possibly 2 adverts before the video. You don't always, but that's the general case. You get like 2 adverts at the beginning. They then added in mid-roll adverts, so adverts that will be throughout the video. And you could manage that and decide how often. Anything over 8 minutes, you could have mid-roll videos. But YouTube changed it so they would automatically assign how many breaks you get per video. And you have to physically go in and delete the extra ones. Or it will be every couple of minutes, there's an advert. Every couple of minutes, there's an advert. That's what YouTube did. And a lot of creators, especially gaming creators,
suffered.
Just absolutely hated it. Because gaming creators don't make a lot of money. Gone are the days where it was money. You don't get a lot for gaming whatsoever. The CPM is dreadful.
Most of the YouTubers that have made it big time started from gaming, and that's
because that's what YouTube was. YouTube started with a lot of gamers doing Let's Play. That's what a lot of YouTube used to be. So that's where the money was, because that's what everybody's watching. Now, because there's so much out there, and all advertisers care about is what type of people are watching them, how likely are they to buy something. And unfortunately, in the gaming space, it's predominantly a younger audience who don't have a disposable income. So YouTube will go, the advertisers aren't going to pay us a lot for these because they're not really going to buy anything. So they won't give you much money for it. It is pennies. And I mean absolutely pennies. I make what? £60 every 6 months on YouTube. And I'm getting thousands of views. I've got almost 10,000 subscribers. That's all I'm making for 5 videos a week. It's ridiculous when you look like that. But years ago, I probably could have made a decent living off that. But yeah. It's just so sad that it's getting harder and harder. And they've restricted it so much with gaming as well, because they don't want violence and swearing and all that. It's like, well, that's what a lot of games. You're not going to be playing GTA online anytime soon. It's like, I did try and play GTA Storyline. I couldn't.
It's
I could not put it on my channel. There's no way. I'd have to bleep it or do something. It's like, that's too much hassle. Just not doing that.
See, I'm the type of person, if I were to do a GTA 5 playthrough on story, which I've been thinking closer to summer holidays, like over the summer, I've got all of
ready
summer
for the
holidays.
sticks.
Yeah, I've got all of the summer holidays to play it and I'll record it. But then I'm here thinking, like, what if I don't do that and I take some holidays off YouTube and streaming? I just chill out, have the entire summer holidays off, and get ready for when GTA 6 comes out. And the other part of it is YouTube. They need to understand that, yeah, the whole YouTube space is a lot less swearing, a lot less sex, a lot less gore, a lot less, a lot more PG. But they need to understand that when it comes to big title releases like Resident Evil 9, Grand Theft Auto 6, another Red Dead, anything that has said amount of gore, sex, and violence, they have to bend their own rules, and they won't. It's like they know
they won't, because there's been so many problems with content on YouTube that they haven't caught in time, where there have been obscene things and stuff that shouldn't have been on YouTube, and it's taken them too long to notice, and that content then has been seen alongside like Coca-Cola or Disney adverts, and that has upset those advertisers, because there's been something, whether it's something underage or something else like that, but these sort of videos have been on YouTube before they've been taken down. It is a lot harder for people to do now because they do a lot more checks beforehand. But at one point they didn't. You just kind of upload what you wanted to, and then they'd go through them later. And there was a lot of stuff going up that should never have been on there. And because they were so lax with it, all these companies then saw their adverts next to these horrific videos and went, don't want any of that. And YouTube had to make big changes several times because of that sort of thing. So it's, once again, toxic people have made it a lot harder for the rest of us that just do it for fun. And it'd be nice to make a little bit of money on it. Let's not beat by the bush. We'd love to be able to do it as full-time jobs, wouldn't we? It'd be great, wouldn't it? Play video games, record videos, and get paid for it. It would be wonderful. It ain't gonna happen. Not the way things are.
A video a day keeps the bad advertisements away.
Yeah, it would be good, but that's not where we are in the history of YouTube.
And it won't change. See, Twitch and Kick and all these other streaming platforms are getting a lot more lenient than YouTube's getting a lot more strict.
Yeah.
Because all of these hot tub streamers, I know all of these OnlyFans models going on to streaming and showing off their body and barely having any goddamn clothing on. They're thriving because streaming is becoming a lot more lenient. They understand whatever happens live. You can't argue it. And yet they're still advertising gaming. They're still advertising YouTube. They're advertising each other. And then YouTube, when it comes to YouTube, no one gets away with it anymore.
Yeah. The trouble as well, there's so many changes in the world, like with the UK with the digital IDs.
Don't even talk to me about
and all of the age restricted stuff. It's like there's some games on Steam that I can't play.
Yeah, I've been like wanting to get some of the Resident Evils on Steam because about 2 weeks ago, all of the Resident Evil games that you could get on Steam, you could get for £50, 50 quid instead of like the hundreds.
Yeah.
I tried getting them all and I got blocked on purchase by every single game. It's like, by the way, give us your proper age, give us your physical online ID, and we'll confirm it. I did that. I followed the steps. And as soon as I get confirmation, it's like, all right, pay for it. Payment blocked, underage. Well, I've just put in my ID.
Yeah.
I've just put in the reason why I want to buy them. I've shown you my age. I've shown you my goddamn passport.
But that's the trouble. Steam have been blocked from allowing things into our country. Because I've been offered a game to play and I've not been able to download it. The developer said, oh, play this. It's similar to one of the other games to play. I can't. I can see the page. Can't download it. Can't play it. Nothing. No. And it's just like, I'm old enough to play any of these goddamn games. It's like at the beginning of Resident Evil, ask how old you are. How embarrassing is that for me? And I've clicking the button for bloody 10 minutes. Like, Jesus Christ. Yes, I think I'm old enough to play this. Oh, we might change the content. What, they're going to take some of the gore out because they're worried I'm going to have a heart attack or something? That's what the next thing they're going to do, is it? Oh, I'm sorry, this is a bit gory for you. We're going to take out some jump scares just in case you die. Thanks for that, Capcom. That's what I really wanted to see. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, it's just getting
Nathan,
too much.
guess what?
What?
Boo.
Oh! Oh!
We're kids. We're big kids.
But this is the trouble. And the thing is, as well, it's going to get even worse in this country because of BBC.
I've heard some crap going
Well,
on at the moment.
They want everyone to have a TV license, which I will never have because I hate the BBC and I think the TV license is outdated and shouldn't be allowed. It's nonsense. Why are ITV, Channel 4, and so on putting up with the BBC charging you to watch their programs? Like, I mean, you're watching my program, so BBC, give me some of that license fee because they're watching my stuff. Like, why would you have to pay a TV license for the BBC to watch other content? It's never made any sense, but it's getting worse because they're now they're getting rid of iPlayer to a certain degree because they're putting it on YouTube instead.
Yep.
So to watch YouTube, they want to push for anyone that watches YouTube to have a TV license just in case they watch BBC.
See, now this is where I'm going to show the problem physically. I had everyone in uni about Christmas period, just before and just after, had red envelopes from the an external company from outside of uni, and it was all about TV license. Do you have a TV license? Yes or no? No matter what direction you picked, yes or no, that it was like a super question type of scenario. You chose, yeah, I have a TV license. You would have to pay for it. If you said no, you still get told to pay for it. But I actually had caught some people going into different blocks, uni blocks, and having a look at people's devices. Like, can you please just come and look at mine and tick mine off the list? Came into the goddamn room, saw the PlayStation, and they're like, tick, Mr. Roberts, you're fine. Do you even use your TV? No, here's my remote. Go on to guide. They went on to guide, blank screen, black, nothing. And they are confused as well. The people who are getting sent out to universities, people who are getting sent out to deal with other locations regarding TV license, they're just doing their job.
No, some of them are really toxic.
Some of them are toxic,
so there's the amount I've seen on the internet from quite a few people that deal with all TV license stuff, and it is getting dreadful because obviously every now and then when I have to, I do put in the declaration that I don't need a TV license, but they keep changing the questions and they change it in such a way it's like no, then you have to do a yes suddenly. You can't just click no, yes, I confirm that I do not do. It's like yes, no, yeah, and you click the wrong one.
With the letters we were given a QR code. And that QR code took us to a questionnaire website. And it's like, do you have a TV license? No. Do you use any of these apps? ITV and YouTube and Netflix were a part of it. I was like, let me read out again. Do you use any of these applications? Yes. Do you not use any of these applications? And it's a bunch of different applications. You're like, I'm going to say, yes, I do use them, but no, I do not. Yes, no, not. It's like, what?
They do it purposely. But this is the thing, because they say you need to have a TV license to watch something that's live. So that basically means if you're watching something that's broadcast to everybody at the same time, so not live as in live TV, you're watching as it happens, but if it's broadcast to everyone in the UK at the same time, that's counted as live. They also now count watching something like boxing on Netflix or watching WWE. See, that's live.
They can't do that because they can't.
They are doing it.
they're doing it, but they can't do it. They're not allowed to do that because Netflix is their own streaming platform.
That don't matter. That don't matter.
I know. That's what I'm saying. They're doing it, but they can't do it. But they're doing it.
Well, that's what they plan to do with YouTube as well. They want to go down the line of, well, if you're using YouTube, you could be using that. So it's like, okay, I've got a channel on YouTube, so if somebody watches my channel, I deserve part of that TV license. Then do I?
Yeah,
just the same. Money, so I'm fine with that. I'll ask them for some money. But this is the trouble. They need to get rid of it. One, the BBC makes nothing but shit. The only good thing they've ever done is like Doctor Who and Red Dwarf. There's probably not going to be any more Red Dwarf for a while, although they're talking about rebooting it, which I hate the idea. But Doctor Who is the only thing I'd ever watch on BBC anyway. And
I only watch the news, that's it.
Yeah, but people are paying these licenses for BBC to make all this content because they don't want to have adverts. They have adverts for their own TV shows, their own magazines, their own apps. Those are adverts. They're just advertising their stuff. And the excuse is they don't want to put adverts on and take ad revenue away from ITV and Channel 4. You're not going to take it away from them. But not only that, but over the past 20 years, where have all the worst people in the UK come from? The celebrities that are child abusers and everything else. Oh, what company did they all work for? Oh, yeah, that's right, BBC. And did the BBC know about them? Oh, yeah, they did. And what did they do? They covered it up.
Did nothing about it.
No, the whole point of the BBC and the charter and the TV license was that BBC was supposed to be an impartial service that would service all of the UK and provide television and news and updates and things like that as a service to the British people. It's no longer that. They are now only serving themselves and their shareholders. They're not doing anything for the UK. They're not impartial. The news is biased as anything and fake half the time. Look what they did with Trump. As much as I hate Trump, they cut up his speech to make it sound like they wanted it to sound. And they've done that with a few things. And sorry, but they don't deserve to have a TV license and just get money for it. Because like you look at the actual rules, and you have to have a TV license if you watch live TV on any of the channels, watch the catch-up TV on any of those, and like iPlayer and things like that. But here's the bit they don't tell you. If you're only watching iPlayer for S4C, you don't need a license. The license isn't for S4C, it's for everything else. So if you want to watch S4C and see some of your Welsh programs, you can legally watch that on iPlayer without a TV license. But they don't tell you that.
No, it's the same for ITV and other platforms as such. I can log into anyone's ITV, no problem. But the moment I try and log into a BBC account, my girlfriend's, my family's or friends, there's just so many questions and firewalls that I'll have to go through.
And it wants your IP address and it wants to know where you are. It's like, yeah, but if somebody is in my house and they're streaming on their device watching mine, their license covers them for that. He was asking all sorts of questions. Doesn't always, but there's one time because Kat wanted to watch. I don't think it was Olympic. It was something before then. She wanted to watch. It might have been the rugby when she was over mine. I don't watch it. But she was streaming it to TV, and it suddenly asked like location, and it wanted you to put in all the information of where you were, and it's like it's a mobile device. It's like
because when I first logged into ITV through my girlfriend's account, I had two questions. That was it. It was literally QR code. Code got sent to one place. I put the code in, and two questions came up: your age and the style of stuff that you want to see. And as soon as you press done, you got the whole catalogue of what you want. BBC, I remember logging into BBC. I did the same what ITV do. QR code, put the code in when it gets sent. And then you've got terms and conditions. Then you've got the tutorial. Then you've got the guidance. You've got the different menus. And then you've got the proper questions that can really confuse you. Like, can I have your IP address? Can I have your bank details? Can I have what time you get up, what time you go to bed?
Yeah, quick little disclaimer. You were allowing your girlfriend to log into your devices with her accounts on these systems, like iPlayer and ITV. You weren't logging in with your own one. your girlfriend was logging in so that she could watch it with you while she visits. Disclaimer, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I just thought I'd clear that up so there's no confusion of
No.
you using something that you don't have the license for. So it's
No, that was it. To George, and that's still on, but I don't watch them.
no, exactly.
I don't watch them. The only time I've been going on is when she's here.
Yeah, exactly. I just want to put that disclaimer in place for anybody that's listening in from the BBC, just because we do have to sometimes clarify that. Being on the internet, we have to make sure we cover that base. But yeah, it is just, it's nonsense that so many people want so much, and they keep increasing the price for it. And the amount of people that are underprivileged, so, you know, single mums, elderly, that have been prosecuted by the BBC for license is disgusting. You know, it's supposed to be a service for the people, and it's not. It's just a way for a bunch of rich people to get richer, and it's awful, and they need to
Yeah.
just scrap it.
Yeah, because there was a case, a case popped back into my head like years ago. This woman, she only had an iPad, and she was watching stuff on BBC on the BBC iPlayer app, and she got fined a hefty fine. You ain't got a TV license, love. Pay the fine. I ain't got a TV, and I've got an iPad which came from a BBC broadband. What are you talking about? You guys gave me this through the broadband, and now I'm getting prosecuted for it. I've got no TV. She took them to court and she won. It's like, she ain't got a TV. You gave her, here's her statements, here's her receipt.
That's why they've changed the wording to include mobile devices and so on like that as well. But they're very specific that it has to be to use it and not be done for it. The mobile device has to be plugged into the mains. So you can use your iPad as long as you don't plug it in.
Yeah, sure. 1%, I'll throw the rookie on for 1 minute. Yeah.
But that's the kind of wording they've got. So you can use mobile devices as long as it isn't plugged into the mains. If it's plugged into the mains, it's no longer counted as a mobile device. You need a TV license. It's just it's bizarre.
Everywhere when it comes to technical videos is getting too toxic. YouTube, Netflix are the only place other than streaming platform like Twitch and Kick and Facebook streaming, but Netflix, I've noticed, they're a lot more lenient these days.
Well, they did go for sage because back in the day they used to say that love is sharing your Netflix password, and then they went, no, you want to use it? Pay us some money. Pay us some money.
But
just
it's just when it comes to the whole Netflix situation, ever since they had the Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight in preparation, because Netflix came out and said that they were doing that fight in preparation to test WWE live cameras and their live feeds. Perfectly fine since. And Netflix, they've seen some screw-ups recently that has actually happened to Ellie and her family, and my family too, that they would send an email out just to confirm something, right? You go into that email and confirm it. Everything's bish bash bosh clean. You go into Netflix and it's still working the same. But if you have Netflix as a package deal, like on a Sky box or an Amazon stick, you bought it as a package. You haven't bought it as a Netflix straight. If you go into Netflix and buy pay the price to watch Netflix, you're not paying Netflix. You're paying the package who gave you the package. So when when a Netflix email gets sent, when you're a part of a package, and you confirm everything, you make sure everything's up to date, you get kicked off. Every single device that's connected to that Netflix account gets kicked off and says, are you living in the right place? Are you living in the right place?
You do get that with normal Netflix as well sometimes. It'll just keep doing it every now and then.
Yeah, but the thing is, I was with my stepmom's Netflix since 2022, 2023. I have been logged out of it 3 times before mid last year, mid 2025. As soon as it hit mid 2025 and Netflix announced that they were doing their own thing instead of being the package deal, and you can get Netflix as a package deal, but you won't be paying us. You'll be paying the team that you bought the package from. I have been logged out of Netflix 8 times already, and it's because my stepmom has it as a Skybox package. She has a Netflix only package, which is for herself, and she hasn't been logged out of her iPad. But when it comes to the TVs, when it comes to my TV, I get logged out because it's part of a packaged deal.
Mm-hmm.
Every single time she gets logged out, it's because of that email that she gets sent from Netflix directly.
Yeah.
The moment she sorts it out, it takes her 5 minutes. For me, it took me nearly half an hour just to log back into her Netflix account.
It's ridiculous, isn't it? It just makes it harder and harder. And they increase the price and they say, "Oh, we're not getting the revenue." It's like you're spending money on shit all the time. It's like Amazon when they introduced the adverts, then you had to pay extra to get rid of the adverts on Prime. And it's just like, for God's sake. It's just they shouldn't have ever done that. It shouldn't have been allowed, but they got away with it.
You know, and they're going to
change your package. Oh yeah, they will, because they make money on it. But it's like YouTube. I actually pay for YouTube Red, or Premium as it's called now, so I don't get adverts on YouTube. Never get an advert on YouTube. Great.
God, the only time I would want that is if I want to actually sit down and watch The Undertaker streak.
Everything on YouTube. So any content I watch on YouTube, I never get an advert now, and it is so much better. But I use it as well because I use YouTube Music. There's only a little bit extra to upgrade because I don't like Spotify and so on. YouTube has a good catalog of music, and it's what I use in the car all the time. So whenever I listen to music, because it attaches easily, obviously, to Google. What a surprise there! It works really well with my Google Home devices. So I just tell it to play music, and it always uses YouTube. So it's like, well, I'll pay the extra. I use YouTube all the time, so I'm part of that economy. So I'm gonna pay the extra, and it means if I'm watching a creator, they'll still get revenue from me through the YouTube Premium. So I'm not taking anything away. I'm not using ad blockers and stopping people getting money. I'm still buying into creators, but I pay it monthly instead. So it's rather than sitting and pressing skip, I don't have to do that, and I'm still supporting people. So for me, it seems like a kind of win-win situation anyway. For me, so it's not bad. But we should probably wrap it up there because we'll just carry on talking. But I think we've covered quite a lot of toxicity on YouTube and the internet and TV services and everything else. There's so much out there in there. But anyway, if people want to find you on the internet and they want to watch your Resident Evil videos recently, where can they find you?
On YouTube at The Welsh Assassin, and on Twitch, The Welsh Assassin 998.
And for me, you can find me on YouTube under Wasn't My Fault, or WMF Reacts, if I can even speak properly. And sometimes on Twitch, although not very often, as Newcarmy. So that's it. Thank you, everyone, for joining us.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Josh.
You're welcome.
Until next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.